this week's Honda Pit Pass, Bill Adams going to slow us down and talk about PacWest's brakes.
With competition being so tight in the Champ Car Series, you try and make your car as fast as possible, but you always have to remember you want it to be reliable. And at tracks like Road America, Wisconsin, this is one of the most difficult tracks of all for braking. Now, simple things keep in mind. For one thing, to go down the straight as fast as possible, you want a minimum of drag. You want to flatten out your wings, and you want to keep brake scoops as small as possible. But at Road America, this is a major problem because at the end of each of the 3 straights, there is a very, very heavy period of braking, generating tremendous temperatures. And the only way to offset these temperatures is with cool air coming in. The larger the brake scoop, the more cool air you're going to funnel in. But there's the problem itself. To go quickly, you need a small scoop. To get good air, you need a big scoop. What to do? Well, on these cars, there's generally 3 types of scoops. There's this, just a small scoop that you'd use on a small speedway, something like Nazareth or Milwaukee. It doesn't pack a great deal of air, but you really don't need a lot of air because the brakes aren't taxed all that much. Now, a pure road course, say Long Beach, Toronto, or Vancouver, you use the biggest scoop you can possibly get away with. This generates tremendous flow of air through and ultimately into the brakes to cool them down. Now, PacWest, they're doing something differently. They're using a mid-size scoop. What this does is to not interfere with the airflow too much, so they still get great speed down the straight, and yet still, hopefully, will pack enough of that cold air in to keep the brakes cool. That's the perfect situation. But all of this costs money. And the money involved? Well, how about this? Each day, this rotor has to be changed. Now, the front end of the car, we're talking about $400 for replacing these rotors. They literally get baked to death. The pads down inside the caliper, well, about another $350 a set. And again, each day you change those pads. And finally, every 4 races, you have to change this piece, the caliper itself. And that can be $3,500 per corner on the car. Tremendously expensive, but because of the heat generated by severe braking, it taxes these components. You virtually have to get rid of them or rebuild them at the very least. It's very expensive and certainly not the thing you want to experience each weekend down at your local garage.